Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. Welcome to Zelda Speedruns. This is the Twilight Princess Randomizer Season 1 Qualifier 1. How very exciting. Now, for anyone who knows me already, I am Shenanbread and I'm your restreamer for today. And yes, I know, I'm not doing MMR. I'm on Twilight Princess. So, howdy, Lemon, for anyone who understands. There was no lemon in the race room today, I was very upset. So yeah, this is Twilight Princess first qualifier, and I'm actually very excited for today because this is the first time we are showcasing Twilight Princess Randomizer properly on ZSR. So here we go. In the commentary box with me today, I have Audio Pixie and Spicy Juice 04. And in the tracker cages, I have myself and Isaac TWPR with me. And I think we're going to be in for quite a race today. I know everyone's like, Shan, hello, yes, it's me. MMR is going to be live on ZSR in the next hour, so we have you guys to chill with us for a little bit, but hopefully you stick by. Cool. Commentators, it's over to you. I hope you guys have a good race. Peace.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Do you want to go ahead?
Yeah, sure. So, yeah, this is the TPR first ever tournament that TPR ever has. The season 1. This is a qualifier race. There will be 3 in total, but this is the first one, and oh boy, we have a lot of participants. 29 total currently. And we can just say that this is massive.
Yeah, I was watching people filter in, and I was like, "Oh wow, okay, everybody's really showing up for this first qualifier." So yeah, it's gonna be very busy today. Yeah. Just to introduce ourselves, I guess. My name is Pixie. I develop one of the tracker applications for TPR. And yeah, super excited to see what goes down today.
Yeah, and I guess I'm Spicy Juice. You can refer to me as Spicy or Juice. I mean, I prefer Spicy because many people call me like that, but yeah. So I'm in general, I know a lot about the randomizer itself, also about the logic, and also speedrunning tricks if they come up, or
Which
other
usually
logic
they do.
skips.
Yeah.
Usually.
All right.
Yeah.
We're off.
And we are starting in.
So,
Okay.
yeah. This is going to be super interesting to see real quick. All right, Lakebed Arbiters and Snow Peak. Now, one thing that's different right out the gate, since we're playing on 1.2 that is a pretty recent release, hint signs have been added to the game. So that's really switched up kind of what like out the gate starting looks like. Obviously, we're still going to be checking what dungeons we need to do, but there's that sign right in front of Link's house, so that's usually one of the very first things that people are going to take a look at. And because of the signs, it's actually changed routing a lot as far as what people like to do immediately. So what you'll see is some people are going to stick with Ordon, and some people are going to do the exact opposite and just get out of there immediately. So pretty divisive what people like to open with in that sense.
Of course, one thing we can say about the hint signs is that they are a bit out of the way, so getting there might take some time. There are some specific ones that do take a lot of time, like the one in Kakariko Gorge or Eldenfield, and others are closer by, like the starting hint sign in outside Link's house.
Yeah, so far looking like Phantom's the only one who has stuck with Ordon. If you actually look down at Nosley, he's seeming to be prioritizing grabbing the Zora's Domain hint sign, which has a pretty... Okay, so we've got 2 always hints there. What that kind of refers to... Oh, we got a sword.
That is a sword,
that's huge.
yeah.
Yeah, that's great. What those signs specifically, the hints that Nosley just got there, are referring to 2 checks that are notoriously pretty slow pretty not the best and not fun. So I think both of those were hinted as either orange rupees or heart pieces. So that's telling him right out the gate that he's able to just avoid those, which is a huge time saver.
I just already love seeing the 3 runners we can currently see go completely different routes. Like, this is the beauty about Randomizer. You don't see like people do the same thing, but like, yeah, you see people just doing everything different and also hoping for different items to progress faster.
Yeah, so far I think that sword has been the one big thing that we found.
Oh, iron boots are on the path to get boomerang,
Oh,
and
okay.
boomerang is inside a dungeon, so this is a pretty important hint.
Also seeing that Death Sword chest is a fishing rod. Now, because I believe Snow Peak was a required dungeon, we are going to need 2 fishing rods to be able to scale Snow Peak and actually access that dungeon. So those are going to be pretty important and something that we are looking out for. A lot of the time, fishing rod doesn't feel like a super important item, but in these specific settings, in this specific case, it's pretty relevant. So.
Yeah, there are certain tricks that are banned because not all runners can perform that all the tricks. One of them is map glitch, so with that we can actually make the fishing rod pretty useful in order to access Snow Peak region.
Norxium also finding those boots. That's going to be helpful.
Oh!
Oh, okay, okay.
Was that the memo or was
everybody
that...
with boots so far? That's big.
Okay. Ah, that's the sketch. Okay. Sketch isn't
the text went by kind of fast.
Yeah, the sketch is sadly not as important as the memo. The sketch only grants us access to one check in Kakariko Village, while the memo grants us access to a whole different area, which is the Gerudo Desert, which has a lot of checks. Oh, and we are seeing that our 4th racer has been swapped because they, I guess, didn't show up. I still don't know why, but now we have Gymnast 86 as a replacement.
An entrance. Somebody's bound to have tech issues at some point. But yeah, fantastic turnout for sure. Was really happy to see that just absolutely filling up for the first qualifier here. Ordon Path to Stalord. Have we seen what that is yet? Was that sword? It may have been. That's likely referencing Spinner, though,
probably
right?
not. Yeah, it might be a lantern check.
That, yeah.
That it's related to. Also, we can see on Jim's screen that he got the bow already, which none of the other runners have currently. So I guess we missed where that is.
Yeah, we'll find out later. Maybe there are 3 different bows in the pool that could be found. As far as what people are looking for right now, though, considering our dungeons are Lakebed, Arbiters, and Snow Peak, can maybe talk a little bit about what kind of stuff would be looking good for everybody right now. Lakebed, underwater, obviously we're going to be looking for Zora armor. I believe boots, there's ways to get into Lakebed without water bombs and iron boots, but I believe based on this rule set, you need to do it the good old-fashioned way.
Pillar Clip with Zora armor is banned, so you do even need water bombs additionally to get to the entrance of Lakebed.
Yes, which can be a hard thing to remember sometimes because you check off bombs and then you realize that you haven't actually gone to Barnes to swap them out for the right kind because you get regular bombs when you find the bag. But yeah, fishing hole's not looking like a winner today. But yeah, Arbiter's memo's gonna be big. We thought we might have seen it with the sketch there, but they just used the same model. Very different checks. Oh, okay. Flight by foul, top chest, there's a bow. I'm willing to bet that's the one that Jin found before.
Gymnast then probably went to Lake Haya immediately, which makes sense because Flight by foul has very quick sphere zero checks, like checks that you can get from the start of the game.
Yeah, another interesting thing to see here is who's grabbing pose and who isn't. So a kind of fun quirk of these settings, you can see Nosley there is grabbing that flight by foul po, is historically the Giovanni checks, which are the ones where you have to hand in either 20 or 60 post holes, are usually excluded, but they've done something kind of fun this time around where the Giovanni 20 post hole reward is still in the pool, but you start with 15 souls. What that means, there is one Poe right in the room with Giovanni, so effectively there's 4 other Poe souls that you need to try to route in at some point if you want to grab that check. Now, it's just for 1 check, so it's kind of a decision that players make of, you know, whether they want to take the time to grab those on the off chance that they need it, or if they'd rather just save the time and not bother. But so far I'm seeing a lot of people going for the Poe souls.
Lanera Iceberg Puzzle Cave just as a Dominion one, which is required. Oh
required,
no!
Yeah. So that is also that's one of the hint signs that's not it's one of the more out of the way ones, I'd say, because there's really just Koro there and the cave chest. So I have to say that's one of the hint signs I am usually checking later on, and that's a pretty important hint. Now, there might be a chance that it shows up on a different sign as well, but that's definitely a big one for people to find. That knowledge is going to really, really help with routing. Because Dominion rods are an interesting case where if Temple of Time's not required, there's a good chance that you might get away with not needing both of them, but what that tells us is there's going to be an owl statue chest somewhere, considering that you need both. Oh, I guess unless it's the ones inside of the little Temple of Time entrance there, but chances are they're going to need to find both of them. Also got Phantom coming up on that bow probably as well.
Yep.
Looks like we've also had a hint that Shellblade Grotto is barren.
Yeah, Farron Woods is on the path to Morpheus as well. I've just seen. So if we already see on the hints that the Dominion Rod is required in Ice Puzzle Cave, that probably the ball and chain leads to the Dominion Rod, and the Dominion Rod chest, or like the Dominion Rod owl statue, might have an important item that leads to Morpheus. Probably Zora armor or water bombs. Yeah, bombs, I'd imagine.
Yeah, and that's really the power of these hint signs. And I mean, that this is really the kind of new skill that people have been practicing over the past few weeks since 1.2's release, is kind of connecting those hints together and seeing what the larger sort of path through everything is when you kind of combine them all. And also, being able to kind of read between the lines, because there's a lot that a hint says, but there's also things that it doesn't say that you can work with. And kind of learning that language is a big part of routing decisions in this, current iteration of the randomizer. So, yeah, super interesting to see how people implement that. But yeah.
And Giovanni has been junk, of course.
Yeah.
As expected.
It does feel like a lot to just grab that one check, but you don't want to wait because if it does end up being important, that's a lot of time to be running around later getting pose.
Also, the Ashy sketch was useless, only an orange ruby.
Yeah, sketch can feel important when it's like a sphere 0 check. You kind of want to go and see what that is, but hard to say.
We're still currently with Noxum only having the only one of these runners having a sword. So yeah. There haven't been too crazy items currently, so we are currently still just getting sphere 0 checks.
Where exactly did he find that sword again? Do you remember?
I think it was Farrenfield Cave, Grotto, I mean.
That's right, that's right. Farron region was also hinted as...
Yeah,
I wonder if that
Farrenwoods.
was the... Oh, it was woods specifically, though. Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying the Dominion Road Aussage probably.
We'll be what
And
that
there
was.
we have
and
a
there it is,
Dominion
yes.
Road for
Speak of
Gymnast.
the devil.
And that's the first one. We still need a second one
Yeah.
for him, I think.
And I didn't see him enter. Is that water bomb fish?
No,
No, that
it's the
was
first
Tektite
one.
Grotto. Yeah.
Oh, buying this purple ruby.
Yeah.
That
I
was
believe
not smart.
Barnes is excluded.
No, it
No?
hinted the check.
Oh, I
It
see, I
said
see.
in the text even, do you want to buy a purple ruby?
Yeah.
And Nosli accepted.
Yeah. I believe, well, you have to actually initiate the bomb bag. You have to buy the bomb bag to be able to utilize his trade-in options when you're getting around to trading in your regular bombs for water bombs, which, you know, tends to happen a lot with Lakebed required. Gymnast getting the double orange rupee.
100
Yeah.
rupees, let's go.
Those are fun. Those two checks are new to 1.2. They are considered the Master Sword check and the Shadow Crystal check. So when you go to the pedestal there, you just get both back to back. Unfortunately, today it seems like they were both just some good old cash.
Okay, now an actual trick is coming up on the screen of Nosli. He's gonna do a precise setup to get to the alcove chest behind the watchtower with a wolf jump. And yeah, that was good. Only for a harpy, sadly. That is currently out of logic because it needs bombs.
Also, Jim checking that owl statue chest in Grove. I believe with this current state, that is the only check that you can grab with a single Dominion rod. And considering it wasn't,
I mean the power as well, but yeah, there.
Those are but we're excluded. Yeah, those aren't randomized for today. So, what that's telling me is that second Dominion rod is definitely required. Which I think he probably doesn't have the ice block puzzle cave hint in his routing yet. Probably hasn't seen that.
Probably, yeah.
Another thing that we're seeing is people are finding some bugs along the way, and I believe it's 6 bugs with these settings. There are exactly 6 checks that Agatha can potentially give you stuff for.
Yeah.
Now, she does have a sign that can kind of warn you ahead of time if it's worth stopping in there. But I'm not sure if we've... somebody's probably read it if they've been to Giovanni, but...
Wrestling with bow is a hidden skill. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. I always feel incredibly skilled after I defeat Bo. I feel like you really level up in there.
I'm still like surprised that we haven't found any further progression.
Well, I think we're about to get one. Yeah, so Nosley's got that sword that we saw earlier. I believe he's the second one to find that.
Yeah, I don't know. They are now getting checks that everybody else is getting. I'm still thinking about the iron boots because I'm pretty sure no one has done the underwater checks in either Spring or North Lanayru Field. And I'm not sure if the ones in Spring were done because the underwater chest in Lake Hylia was done. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, considering mines is not required, that does kind of feel like it's pushing you towards some of those boots checks.
Currently there's nothing to be found on Death Mountain. We just don't have the items yet. There's only one check there, and I think it's even excluded for this rule set. Because it's very out of the way. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I believe all the post-dungeon checks are also excluded, and Death Mountain in this case, there would literally just be one check all the way up there. So, kind of makes sense to just save the time and not bother. We're gonna see Phantom doing this double claw shot skip. Got it. There we go.
Barely.
Yeah.
Just to not take damage. That was smart, I guess.
Yeah, that helps. Yeah, with these settings, a lot of these can be completed in an amount of time where you actually sometimes do need to think about hearts. I mean, early game, sometimes things come up where you go, oh, I actually only have 3 hearts. I need to be kind of careful. But yeah, I've had a few times where I'm in Hyrule Castle doing the, bombing the kind of your way through army kind of stuff. And it's like, you tend to just blow yourself up when you're doing that. And then sometimes I'm like, oh, I only have like 6 or 7 hearts. I actually need to be careful or else I'm done for here.
Yeah, also about the hidden skill on bow. The hidden sign didn't say that the hidden skill is required, so you can definitely obtain a different one. It's not required to do bow.
Norkim going for that underwater chest we were talking about, so
Yeah,
should be
someone
interesting to
already
see what
got
this
that.
is.
Someone
Oh,
already
okay.
got that. I don't know about Spring. Maybe it was Hinted Baron I didn't see. Not sure. And still the North Lanayru underwater chest. And currently they are all like tied. They are not getting any progression. I mean, Gymnast and Phantom have the Dominion Rod. And Noxim also missing on the sword, but other than that, they're currently all just trying to figure out what to get, what is still left.
Yeah, we've got the bottom half of the screen kind of ahead on swords. Oh, although it looks like Jim found that as well. So yeah, mostly everybody's got swords, but yeah, it's really just boots and bow at this point. Which, again, for a scene that does not require Goron mines, that's an interesting hand to be dealt.
Crazy though. They are not progressing. Ah. Yeah, we have seen most Tier 0 checks by now.
You're starting to kind of hit that that plateau where you are starting to move into the first sphere here.
Yeah.
See what Aru's got for us.
I also didn't
Oh,
read
I think it was Link's
Agatha's line.
rupee. I think that was Link's basement
Validation
rupee from yeah, for Twilight Princess Randomizer. Most randomizers tend to have a one specific item that is, you know, in no way really valuable to you as a player, but is considered sort of the meme item, if you will, where if you don't find it on your way to the end, you might as well just throw the whole run out. But in our case, that's Link's basement rupee. It is simply a purple rupee, like all others, except it has a very unique text box that reminds you that you had forgotten it in your basement. So it's always fun to see who is holding on to Link's savings for him.
I'm not sure. I really think that only the Iron Boots checks are left.
Yeah,
I don't
well,
think there's anything else.
Have we seen anybody else go into Lanayru Spring yet?
Yeah, we have
Okay.
not seen that. That are there are also only Iron Boot checks for that. It might have been forgotten. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to see Noxim going in there, but yeah.
So, yeah, gonna see the claw shotless trick there. Oh, little far to the
I
left.
was wondering. You don't aim for that.
Yeah.
You aim far more right for this.
Yeah, that's what I was doing it like that for a long time, and I think it was the other day Isaac was like, "You're doing that wrong," and I was like, "Thank you." So I was able to finally get that one. It's
Okay,
really
but we
handy
are
because
finally in
it's.
spring.
I feel like he's onto something here. Oh, okay, we'll see. They'll also be able to grab this underwater sign to see what the hint is here. Oh, so that was a barren hint. Yeah, that was a barren hint referencing the spring itself. So that's telling him that it's just immediately time to go.
Well, then I guess it's just not linear chest. I can't think of anything else. Have we missed
I know.
anything?
I'm like racking my brain. Like, what could they possibly be looking at on their trackers right now? Have we seen a lot of Elden Field? I see Phantom heading that way now. I feel like we haven't seen a ton of that. So he may be onto something there.
I mean, Noxium is also still missing out on the sword, so... Oh, Fahrenfield has been touched. Oh, do you mean...
I think it's actually
yeah.
Nosley who may be missing the sword, unless this is incorrect. Unsure.
Oh yeah, right, I'm stupid. I'm forgetting that showing the tracker shows it on the left side on the screen. Oops.
Yeah, I'm keeping them off until I want to check something, because
that makes sense.
There's just so much to look at, you know?
You tell me.
Okay, so Norxium going very out of logic here to grab this stump chest. And there's that Dominion
had
rod
a
for
hidden skill.
Nosley as well.
Okay. Hmm.
Also got Nosley doing the skip there.
Yep. Nice.
Oh, lantern. Okay, yeah, that's huge.
That
So,
is actually huge.
yeah. So Elden Field,
But wait,
considering, yeah,
Yeah. Wait.
I think it was water bomb fish. Yeah,
Oh, is North Elden barren? I thought Eldenfield was barren.
I think it's North Elden that's barren. So North Elden is everything like past kind of the break point in the bridge there. So that kind of means that the owl statue chest is kind of the thing that's split. There's the sky character on one end, and then the chest on the other side is considered part of the regular
But then I
Elden
was
Field zone.
confused. Yeah. Okay. I thought Eldenfield was barren and not only Northern. North Elden. Yeah, so the
Well,
lantern, we still need to remember what it gives us, and that is just the checks in Ordon that we grant more access to, and Ordon is on the way to Stellar, so probably has Memo or Spinner. I'm expecting.
yeah, that would definitely make sense.
So I guess that was the thing we were missing. Now that makes
Yeah.
sense.
It makes sense too that people haven't been going there, especially with the we got a bomb bag as well.
And the
Okay.
bomb bag.
Yeah,
That's
wow,
behind.
that is the place to
That
be.
is out of logic.
Yeah.
That is out of logic as well. Behind the second
Yeah.
Dominion rod.
That could have been what that hint is referencing. Maybe. I think it just said that it was required, so hard to say.
Yeah, it said
And there's
the Dominion rod was required, and they are
there's
still
a few
checked
different
in
bomb bags
Farron
though.
Woods.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I feel like it makes sense for the Elden Field region to look kind of unattractive right now, considering there's that barren hint for North Elden. All of that's gonna look like a no, and then without items, there's not that much you can do in Elden Field. There's an okay number of checks, but without the bugs in the pool, and no lantern yet, it's gonna look like there's only a handful of things there. So, you're generally trying to go to dense areas, but at some point, everybody's gonna have to find their way there.
With the lantern, Phantom can also now go and check the mist area. As we know from the hints, Farron Woods is on the way to Morpheus, so those mist area checks are included to that zone.
Yeah, we saw the stump chest out of logic, but there's 4 other checks here to be grabbed. So will be interesting to see if they find what they're looking for there.
Okay, Gymnast now doing this underwater chest I have been asking for so long.
Yeah.
And it is an orange ruby. Yeah, okay. So the path is just I didn't feel it for all of the remaining runners. Lantern is the play.
Oh,
They
down
might
in the
have
mist.
they might have read the hint wrong, same as me, and thought it was for entire Elden Field region instead of North Elden. I'm not sure.
Norxium caught up on that Dominion route as well. I think everybody's got it now.
Yes. That's right.
So yeah, definitely looking for a ball and chain at some point. To go grab that second one.
Hey, Gymnast now heading for Elven Fields. Finally as well. Oh, great fairy steeds.
Well, hey, maybe you can get the 2-cycle.
Yeah, after I find more to
If you
draw,
find
I
enough
guess.
hidden skills. Okay, last check for Phantom here. Gonna see if they made the right play. And they
Okay,
absolutely did. There we go.
That is the path to Morphew we found here. So the Dormer chest is not for... yeah, not for Farron, probably.
Yeah, that'll be something else.
He still got the bomb back out of logic, though, but still it does grant him access to Morphew now. Logically, he's still
Nosley.
missing the bomb back, though.
Yeah, he would be, I suppose, entering out of logic. Jim's got that lantern as well. Nosley also in Eldenfield, so I think everybody's catching up on lantern at the moment.
Is also
On his
there
way.
right now.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, he's missing the claw shot, but the deal is just getting into Lakebed for now. But well, there's still quite a lot of lantern checks left that still need to be checked.
Oh, look at it. See Phantom's reaction to that ice block puzzle cave hint. They're looking a little bit unpleased with that roll. But good to know. Back before hints, that could have been really, really rough because you never want to go there unless you really, really need to. So at least knowing that you need to go and do the unfavorable check is a big time saver. Yeah, everybody's really just neck and neck with this lantern here pretty much. I would guess everybody's gonna hit missed immediately with this find. But actually Gymnast going back to Link's basement and the grotto chest in the ranch, I'm guessing.
Yeah, there's still a path into Stellar that is from Ordon, so that makes sense.
So chances are, yeah, like you were saying, probably Memo or Spinner. Or both. Wouldn't that be cool?
No, or both, yeah.
Yeah. It's an option. Yeah, that's one of those situations. If he finds Memo right now, I mean, interestingly, oh, a claw shot. Okay.
That is actually pretty interesting.
That is very interesting. That would suggest that claw shot is actually leading to something else.
Yeah, probably.
That is leading to Memo or Spinner.
If the ranch grotto doesn't have anything, yeah. So the Dominion Rod is still required because we do need to get checks with it, and the hint sign said it is required because we can access items with it on the owl statues that are scattered around Hyrule. Okay. Yeah, everybody's just going for lantern checks.
We've got the spinner. Phantom's
From
got it
Grove,
in
yeah, okay.
in Grove, yeah. That's another kind of rough one because I think we've seen other people head there early, so they got most of those checks, which is going to make it seem kind of unappealing to return to. That being said, considering the lantern was such a bottleneck there, hopefully they're going to be pretty thorough in checking all of that. And the slingshot.
Let's go! The most useful item in the game. We love it. Also with the wrench Godot having nothing that confirms that the claw shot is on the way to Stellar, so there's probably the memo behind claw shot.
Yeah, the spinner mystery's been solved at this point. There's that bomb bag for Norxium as well, doing the out of logic statue there.
Yeah, the only one without a bomb bag now is Gymnast, who didn't do the out of logic way to get this chest.
Yeah, and it's a good play too. I mean, knowing that double Dominion Rod is required, going and saying, I could grab this now, maybe that'll save me from having to go and do Ice Block Puzzle Cave is a very fair way to look at it. I don't know if Bomb Bag is gonna necessarily be what that's referring to, though. There's a good chance that it's not.
I mean, the bomb bag is still required to enter Lakebed, so yeah.
Was that the hint? Yeah, okay. No, that makes sense. It'd be fun to see if people decide to use these fairies tiers that everybody's finding. Funny how everyone's sort of joined each other again in this lantern adventure.
They are pretty tight. It is insane.
Yeah. We got Claw Shot and Zora Armor all at the same time there.
Yeah.
And another Claw Shot.
This is insane. Okay. Now we are talking. Okay. Oh, are we finding another Zora armor?
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see what the in-logic bomb bag was supposed to be. Because
possibly something like... with claw shot. We are still missing claw shot checks.
Yeah.
And claw shot will also be the memo. Pretty sure.
Unfortunately for Phantom, it seems they missed the hint about Bo's hidden skill. But luckily for us, we get to experience wrestling, so. And a very quick Bo takedown there.
Just getting that hidden skill, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, the hammer grotto. Where's the last one? There it is. Punching it with a stick.
Truly the worst. I mean, there's other grottos that are more out of the way, but I never have a good time in Helmasaur Grotto.
It is such a bad grotto. Like, also, how do you not get hit in this, Grotto? How can
I've
people play
I
this
have
with one
tried.
KO?
Yeah, we've all tried. It is validating to see that just about everybody has that problem.
Yeah, Lakebed probably would be a good play. I mean, the runners are still clearing like over lantern enclosure checks now, and then heading into dungeons. That's just what randomizer people tend to do.
Yeah, definitely gonna be a lakebed first
Yeah,
situation here. I mean, unless they find Memo, I guess.
yeah.
That would kind of leave them with an option because lakebed is not in logic yet, even though
Yeah, it is not in logic because we don't have a bomb bag technically yet. So probably something behind closure might be a bomb bag, like we're saying, or maybe even
magic armor.
behind the memo is a bomb bag, like in desert. Yeah, the magic armor, pretty interesting. Love that.
It's yeah. It considering they have boots, it's not super useful right now, but magic armor can be used as iron boots and in a lot of cases that can be quite helpful. Generally comes up in glitched logic more, but if you can do it, help you out.
Yeah, that is nice. Okay, we are seeing a Nosley now going to lake bed. Yes, you have Sword armor.
Yeah, it's easy to forget sometimes. Then it starts beeping at you and you panic. Oh, okay.
Oh my god! Yep.
That's huge. All right.
Well.
So he's likely to just rush that Dominion Rod now, I would think.
And yeah, okay, that is the bomb bag that is intended to be in the logic. Now we are getting it. Because with this, the second Dominion Rod and Ice Puzzle Cave is in logic to get the bomb bag.
Yeah,
That makes sense. Okay.
This will also tell us if everybody else doing that bomb bag out of logic was kind of exactly what they were looking for there. Cuz Jim's likely to be checking a lot of different owl statue chests as soon as he's got that second Dominion Rod, and we'll see if there's something else in one of the other ones that is required as well.
Well, that is just a good example when going out of logic tends to be good. Tends to be rewarding. Yeah, Lakebed is full clearable, so he's just gonna go through the entire dungeon and yeah. Then we just have already one dungeon done.
Unfortunately, no boomerang, so we're not seeing the fancy lake bed movement here.
When we are talking about boomerang, remember that boots are on the way to boomerang and boomerang is in a dungeon. So it might very well be that the boomerang is inside this dungeon. Because which other dungeon has iron boots requirements? I mean, Snow Peak and Arbiters of course don't, so... The boomerang has to be somewhere here in Lakebed.
Yeah. And that kind of deduction is kind of what I was talking about earlier. It's like you have what the hints are telling you, and then you also have the information that the hints aren't telling you, that you can kind of piece it together and make way more educated decisions on where you're going in the moment.
Yeah, so Jim is probably like about behind. He does have the ball and chain though. The second Dominion Rod, if it doesn't have another check, it is technically not required to get. And, well, since Jim probably didn't see the hint that... Oh, wait, what was that hint again?
I mean, I think it's really going to come down to what else he finds.
Yeah, exactly.
With that Dominion Rod, yeah.
If he doesn't find anything else, then he'll be incredibly behind, sadly. And this could very well be the case, but we'll see, because it has a lot of checks. The overworld, including the one in desert, which we will probably get to soon as well.
So hard to tell until the last minute, frankly, because there's still so many other things that need to be found. And, you know, chances are he finds something now that everybody else has to run around looking for later. Yeah, it's hard to say. That being said, dungeon entrance is usually a pretty good metric of who's ahead in the moment. So, yeah, Nosley definitely kind of going up the front there.
I'm still interested where this memo is, because well, remember we had that path hint to Stella that was in order, and we know Claw Shot was the only item we got from there, which now got us Ball and Chain, which now grants us Dominion Rod. So maybe, if you understand where we are going with it.
Yeah. All right. Still nothing groundbreaking in Lake Bed, it would seem. Unless I've looked away at a bad moment. But... Oh, we've got our second Lake Bed entrance here.
Okay, now that Dominion Rod check. Oh, money! We love money. And this is kind of lengthy as well without having AJs.
Yeah, Lake Bed is a very fun dungeon when you are able to zoom around like that.
We are zooming. And Nosley is gonna do a cool jump with Wolf to get to this chest to yeah, and then just instead of having a pot standing here, you can use the claw shot instead.
Phantom in Goron's Stock Cave, they may have not found the North Elden hint, because I believe that that's included in that Baron hint.
I think so as well, yeah. I think there was a recent change about what counts to North Elden and what doesn't, and I think they changed it. Stock Cave does now count to North Elden. You may correct me if I am wrong.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. That's certainly an Isaac question. But regardless, we're about to find out. But yeah, gonna be really interesting to see if Jim finds anything else with the second Dominion Rod.
If so, then this is just the edge he's having.
And
Oh yeah,
hit
Great Bridge
sign.
of Hylia is barren, that's right.
Oh, it is.
Oh. There the hint sign says it again. Discovered. Exactly. Yeah, there's so many checks in Lakebed, and we are only in right side. There's much more to come in left side as well.
Yeah, I'm not sure if we've
Dungeons are
seen what the Beyond Point hint is yet. Not sure if anybody went to go take a peek at that first. Likely not, because would still do the first side of that regardless.
Yeah, the Beyond hint is on the left side, and I mean, in every case you do right side first. Because of the water. And a heart container for Jim. This Dominion rod doesn't look good at all. He really is checking all of that he doesn't have the bomb pack yet.
When the
He's
other
going
players,
one ahead and one last.
yeah, unfortunately, and when the other players get that Dominion rod, finally, you know, through the ball and chain there, they might make the decision to not go and check those, assuming they've found what they were looking for in that out of logic bomb bag. So they might just save all of this time back by not going and checking those. You know, hard to say what they'll choose to do in that case, but yeah, like you were saying, out of logic can be extremely rewarding.
Okay, I hope that this one that Jim is getting has something, because otherwise I'm not sure if the owl statue sky character has something in, on the Bridge of Ireland, because it probably counts to North Ireland. But on the but the chest of it does count apparently to Island Field, so. Yeah, it's, he's just grabbing that cave with the ball and chain he got at least.
At the very least, he's not. He's still able to break stuff like everybody else, but not the
Yeah, he just
ever
doesn't have
important
water
underwater. Yeah. Just for reference as well, with these settings, we're going to be seeing small and big keys within their own dungeons. Not in their vanilla locations, but still within their own dungeons.
Oh yeah, assorted is underway in the scene. That is absolutely correct. We are still only on the stick. So, yeah, I guess we can talk about what are the requirements to beat this game. So we do need 2 more swords, because the Master Sword is the only thing that can do damage to Ganon. And also, to get to Ganon, we need the double claw shot, the boomerang, and the spinner. We do have 1 claw shot and spinner for that already, so we are still missing the second claw shot and boomerang for that one as well.
I think Nosley just got memo in Lakebed. So,
oh really? I didn't.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah, no, I
apparently.
think I gasped and I was like, oh wait, I think I did a little like, but yeah,
There's so much
yeah,
excitement
yes.
around
I
this
know, I
title.
was like, I jumped. But yeah, all right. I mean, that tells us a lot about what is going on. It makes things pretty clear that Lake Bed just is the place to be. There's not, you know, a ton going on. One other thing that we are looking for, taking a quick refresher over what the hints were. I'm seeing here that Death Sword Chest and Star 2 are fishing rod checks. Now, we need both of those to be able to scale Snow Peak and enter Snow Peak Ruins. So that does mean we're expecting to see a claw shot, the second one, you know, partway through here, at least before the Snow Peak portion of everybody's playthrough here. So, you know, now that we know where Memo is, that second claw shot's going to be one of the big ones that we're looking for. Because sometimes you don't find that second claw shot until pretty far in. I mean, it depends on what your dungeons are. If City in the Sky is required, then you're probably going to find it sooner.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, but in this case, you know, sometimes that's your go mode item. So, oh, we've got a boomerang in Lake Bed as well. I think that's what I just saw. Yep.
That
Hello.
makes sense.
Norxium with that.
Corresponding to the hints, yeah.
Do you mind if I
Hello.
interrupt for a quick second?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Hello, happy at 1 hour, everybody. Welcome in. This is Twilight Princess Randomizer Season 1 Qualifier 1. It's the first TP Randomizer to be showcased. I hope you guys are all having a good time so far. This seems like a very intense kind of seed so far. I'm Shenanbird, I'm your restreamer for today and your host. In the commentary box we have the lovely Pixie and Spicy. I hope you guys are enjoying their commentary so far. And in the tracker cages you have myself and Isaac. Yeah. I just wanted to come in and say happy 1 hour, everybody. But I'll leave the overview of everything that's been going on so far in the seed. And, you know, what the commentators think so far. And I guess, who do you guys think is going to win out of these 4 racers? I flee again. Goodbye.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
And yeah, thank you for our trackers, keeping everybody up to date with what's going on. I mean, it's hard to say. I can say who's not in the lead, but it's hard to say exactly who's in the lead. Norxium and Nosley both pretty deep into Lake Bed at this point, which definitely seems like where we want to be. But it's hard to say. They've got pretty similar item loadouts. Nobody else seems to have that spinner that Phantom found. So that's definitely...
Yeah, that's one edge Phantom has, yeah.
Yeah.
Gymnast still behind on finding that bomb bag.
Yeah, unfortunately, the move to do that out of logic has been, I think, the biggest decider so far on where everybody is kind of standing, as well as who took the Elden Field plunge to find that that lantern.
Absolutely, yeah. Also, I just want to come back to the hint logic because, yeah, we had the add-on to Stellar Tint. So now we have it completed. Out of add-on we got the claw shot. For the claw shot we got the ball and chain. From the ball and chain we got the Dominion Rod. From the Dominion Rod we got the bomb bag. From the bomb bag, we got to the memo. That is why
and the boomerang.
on the
Yeah.
On the Interstellar, yeah.
Yeah. That is a very, very long chain. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, for reference, that's a much there's that bomb bag for Jim. But yeah, as far as those hint path kind of chains go, correct to say that that's on the longer side. For sure. But yeah, the fact that Boomerang is also in Lake Bed, really funnels that to be that was the optimal path to go, because sometimes you can do parts of it in different orders and it's kind of irrelevant which one you do first. You know, some people are in dungeons and not finding anything, and you're running around the overworld and happening to find a bunch of stuff, though, then, you know, bit of a different story. But it seems like there was a bit of a bottleneck with Lakebed here. So, be interesting to see if they find anything else as they're kind of clearing out this dungeon.
I'm expecting them not to find anything more, and but well, they obviously need to complete it just to see. But yeah, probably what is gonna happen next is these runners are going to full clear Lakebed Temple and defeat Morphew. And after that, with the lovely memo they got, they are gonna be entering Desert and on the way to defeat Starrett as well, because they do have most runners don't have Spinner except for Phantom. But once they find that Spinner, then they can absolutely do Starrett as well.
Yeah, that's the thing, that even though Nosley and Norxium are further into the dungeon, Phantom has that spinner, so in that sense, they're kind of ahead because they can just rush Arbiters pretty much right away, whereas Nosley and Norxium, I don't think really have anything to go off of where to find that spinner as well. If I remember correctly, I think it was the lantern check in Grove. So,
yes.
Yeah, bit of a weird one. Not like the most obscure, but definitely a little out of the way. So,
yeah,
going to be interesting to see.
The problem for this is they have the memo now, and the desert is a huge and dense place.
They're probably going to look for it there, frankly.
Exactly, instead of for this one singular check in Grove, which was earlier as well. So yeah, I think Phantom is currently on the upper edge for that. They really need Noxium and Nosley really need to get lucky to find that spinner fast.
Yeah, I mean, the thing to see about, like, kind of maybe give you some insight on, like, what they're probably looking at on, you know, any trackers they're using or anything is, for a lot of them, at least I believe Nosley and Norxium have both been to Grove to get, like, the pedestal checks and the hint sign and stuff. There's not a ton of checks in Grove to begin with, and considering they went and got those earlier before they had the lantern, there's probably like 1 or 2 checks available in all of Grove, and they're going to be leaving this dungeon with 15 checks, 20, like, almost available to them in the desert. And so it's just going to make the most sense to be like, well, time to go there, right?
We still need to remember that Barbon Camp is barren for this setting, if I remember correctly.
Oh, it is a little bit less.
Because it is like such a dense and OP place to go for, so it makes sense.
Yeah, it is nice, frankly. Desert's something that is, like you said, like often very OP. And that can kind of be the determining factor in a lot of things, is who gets memo first. And yeah, with these settings, it's a little bit more balanced because of the those exclusions. Yeah, I've had a couple of barren desert hints, which is feels like a wild world to be living in, as far as TPR goes. Every time I get one of those where it's like Gerudo Desert's barren, I'm like, you're lying. That doesn't happen, right? Well, overall, things that we haven't seen yet and don't really have any idea of where we should be looking. I'm not sure if anybody's had a sword hint yet, but we're definitely still looking for some swords. We know where that
Yeah.
spinner is, even though people don't have it. And that second claw shot, that's still a mystery.
Phantom doesn't have the stick. That is right. Oh, I didn't know this.
Don't have a sword?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I'm
They don't have a sword.
Oh my gosh. All right, well, that first sword, Farinfield Grotto, right?
Wait, that is actually pretty. Yeah, it was there, but that is actually pretty bad. You need a sword to defeat Morpheal.
Oh, okay, yeah. So
Then
if
Phantom
they've-
might not be too far ahead
as
it
far
might
as we
be.
thought, yeah, okay, that's, oh man. All right. Yeah, that's very interesting. Well, what we'll see here is if they've grabbed Uku and are gonna kind of do the warp in, warp out. It won't be too much time. I mean, if they leave with Uku and manage to just grab that sword right away and then come back, won't be a huge deal, but it's going to come down to what they prioritize when they leave. Probably hoping to find a sword in Lakebed, but I think from what we've seen here, that's not going to be the case. Also,
there might
we've got
still be a sword in Desert, which Phantom will probably go after this still.
Yeah.
So, but for now, he can't complete Lakebit with this.
Got
We'll
that
find
boomerang as
the
well.
boomerang on Decatur though.
Yeah. And Nosley gonna be the first one here to complete a dungeon. And we've got everyone in Lakebed at the same time now. That's so great. That's so cool.
Does
Yeah.
deal damage! Can this first phase of Morpheal be done, please? What is this?
What are you talking about? The Twilight Princess damage system is something that makes so much sense to everyone all the time.
Finally, the first phase. God, take it. I hope it's the second phase still takes 3 cycles. I don't remember. I know it is different on Argok, but I'm not sure on Morpheal.
Yeah, I want to say Morpheal's just 3 cycles no matter what you do. But we'll see about that. Yeah, stick might slow us down here.
Second phase is just cycles. No damage table. Okay.
Yeah, that's the thing. There's a damage system, and then sometimes there just isn't a damage system, and it's just... you know.
Sometimes, yeah, screw it. I mean, yeah, it would make sense. Even with Master Sword, it's 3 cycle.
Yeah.
So probably.
It makes it... It's for the cinematic of it a bit, you know? Especially with that ending blow on a lot of the bosses. You get to have the style moment that we just saw right there.
Nice one.
Got a big wallet.
That's something. Okay. Noxium now also going for Morpheal.
Yeah. Yeah, again, Nosley, Norxium, pretty neck and neck, I'd say right now. Similar item loadouts, similar place, through the kind of logic of it all.
I was just saying, what that is a sword on
Was that a
Morpheal
sword?
Later.
Oh my gosh,
God,
okay.
that is so stupid, bro.
That
Phantom doesn't get the sword. It's on freaking freaking Morphe, come
That's
on!
so unfortunate for Phantom. If it had been 1 or 2 checks, you know, off of that, would have been a really different story. But
that is
yeah.
just a joke from the game. God dang it. But I guess we got one sword in the dungeon so far.
Seen a X amount of swords in dungeons kind of hint yet, or has that not come up?
No, hasn't been
Okay.
hinted yet. There's just some guesser in the chat for 3 swords to be in dungeons.
Yeah, sometimes you get the hint after the thing, which is, you know. Which is why, I mean, that's what's gotten so interesting with routing, right? In 1.2 is, you know, like before, you'd really want to prioritize how can I do as many checks as possible as quickly as possible, right? Which is very much still the case, but you're also kind of routing in how much information can I get as quickly as possible so that I can, you know, not waste my time on certain areas or certain checks, which is, you know, extremely valuable. So balancing those two kind of priorities at the same time means certain areas with less checks are, you know, better to check early because there's so many hint signs available for you. I mean, I think it's kind of what makes Zora's Domain pretty appealing at the start because there's quite a few signs you can back-to-back grab. Got that quick kill on Deku Toad as well.
Yeah, the ball and chain does absurd amount of damage.
It's so fast.
It just 2 times with it.
I think it was the other day. Isaac was telling, he was like, I was like, what's the fastest way to kill Deku Toad? And he was like, oh, ball and chain does the most damage. And I was like, oh, great. And then you know, the Deku Toad's down in 2 hits, and I was like, oh, that's a lot faster than you let on. Okay, got it. It's like, boom, boom, over, yeah. Alright, we've got Nosley and Desert now, so this is gonna be interesting to see what he finds here.
Yeah, time for deserts. And as we call it, we know that Spinner won't be here, so he will need to backtrack into desert eventually, so would probably be smart to get the portal here as well.
Yeah, luckily has almost all of the things you would want for desert, minus that second Dominion Rod. Because desert's a bit of an interesting case with some checks. Having the ability to do LJAs here is big on time save. There's a couple of checks that are kind of boxed off by these big crevices that can be really slow to get around if you're on foot, but if you can just kind of, you know, yeet yourself over them, it saves quite a lot of time.
That's a good way to describe it, I guess.
Yeah, just kind of take Link and toss him. But yeah, especially that P-hat chest on the other side. I mean, also lets you do it out of logic if you don't have Claw Shot, which luckily we do have here, which is great because there's also a few checks that are Claw Shot locked as well. So yeah, only thing that Nosley's really missing to kind of full clear this area, I believe, is that second Dominion Rod.
That is right, yeah. So, the only thing that Jim could get back in theory is if there's something on the Dominion Rod checks in Desert, but I doubt it. Because obviously the bombs were the logical requirement that the Dominion Rod had. But well, we may see it.
If those owl statue checks are I don't know, sword 3 and 4, maybe.
Or the second
Hey,
claw
hey.
shot.
Or the second claw shot. I mean, it's rando. Anything could happen.
Anything could happen, exactly.
Yeah. And have happened, you know? Sometimes the craziest situation is what you end up getting.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, in the end, you don't know.
No, I've been watching as people are doing all these practice races the last few weeks and stuff, and just trying to, as you're watching, thinking you're like, oh, you think you know who's gonna take it, and then I've kind of just learned to just just kind of just let it happen. It's total toss up. Even though you feel very strongly about it. Anyway, have we seen anything groundbreaking from Desert yet? It would seem not quite.
No, not yet. Yeah, so the items we still really want to get are, I mean, that we haven't seen yet or didn't get hinted are another sword and the second claw shot. Other than that, we have seen everything else that is required to beat the seed. So those are gonna be the most interesting last steps.
Yeah, and considering how close some people are here, whoever's getting that first is gonna be oh, well, as we say it, there's that second claw shot from Nosley.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
We can.
So
we do now have access to Snow Peak runes. Yes.
No, we don't, but we do know where both of the fishing rods are based on hints. So
that is what I meant by it.
Yeah.
We can now do Star 2 with it, and where we can also do Death.
Oh, I see. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah. Yeah, so okay, for Nosley then, I mean, I guess we're still looking for a final sword, but other than that, it's gonna be who goes back to Grove first.
We still need to remember that Noxium and Nosley also don't have the ball and chain yet, which is on Stars 1, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, they will get it eventually because it's also on the way to Snow Peak, the fishing rod hinted.
Yeah, they're gonna get nudged in that direction no matter what. The thing is, they might not need it. If it was just that bomb bag that they did out of logic, they might just find what they need first, you know? That being said, they're probably, when they get that ball and chain, gonna, go grab that Dominion rod and, it'll be interesting to see.
Dominion rod shakes. I mean, I'm not sure. Depends on where the last sword is, right?
Yeah, that's the thing.
Right, and Spinner, they don't have Spinner. You're correct. They might be looking for Spinner with the second Dominion rod.
Yeah, they might be, wondering if bomb bag was the thing that hint was referring to, or if they should still be, checking all of those. Because you never know. I mean, any of those other checks could still have something. And Spinner's in a pretty random place, generally speaking.
Yeah, we could say pretty random, yeah. Okay, Jim is now on more fuel. Phantom's still hoping for a sword somewhere, but doesn't find it.
Yeah, unfortunate that that it's gonna be the boss there. It's interesting to see what they're gonna do here, because Right now, the only swords in the mix are the Morpheal Heart container, which they're not going to be able to get. So, as far
Yeah,
as
and
we
the
can
Fair and
tell, I think
Field,
their only
obviously.
option is Fair and Field. That's where they have to go. Unless there's a sword
Exactly.
somewhere out there that we haven't seen yet for some reason.
I don't
Doubt
expect
it.
it, but
Yeah,
yeah.
it's giving Arbiters or Snow Peak at this stage. There's the Uku to warp out. So
That is very
yeah,
smart to get.
gonna be interesting to see where they decide to start the sword search. Nosley in Arbiter's grounds now as well. So we've are
Was the
seeing our
leg
second dungeon.
Oh, swords are okay. Then I guess we were just stupid and didn't see it. See that hint. Whatever.
Oh, we did see that sign. Cool.
The swords are in dungeons. Okay. Well. I guess then the second Dominion World won't be anything for Jim. Yeah. So
Yeah, that's
actually, no
unfortunate.
Overwatch check will be anything. That makes sense. God dang it.
Yeah.
How did we miss that information? Whatever.
Oh, it's alright. I mean, there's so much to look at. It's like
So yeah, the goal is just to rush everything in Arbiters and in Snow Peak until we find a sword. After that, we're just going for the fishing rod. Oh well, wait. They still need to find the spinner. God, I'm forgetting.
yeah.
They're
I mean,
probably gonna full clear since they still need spinner and don't have it before Stellard.
yeah. So, I mean, from the viewing side here where we've got all the information from all four of them kind of compiled, um that's every mystery solved essentially.
Green
Yeah.
Ruby! Let's go! Yeah, so we still need to remember Phantom has the one edge that he has the spinner, so that they have the spinner, yeah.
Which,
So
considering where it is actually a pretty significant edge, I'd say.
that is correct, yeah. It might be that Nosley and Noxim are going for the Dominion World eventually. And then Ice Puzzle Cave, Dominion World, yeah, that's gonna take a lot of time.
Yeah, it's something that, Jim's lost a lot of that time having done that whole kind of chain of events the, I suppose, intended way. That being said, if Nosley and Norxium end up going and doing that anyway, looking for the spinner,
Yeah.
things kind of even out, right? I imagine the hope here from everybody other than Phantom, who was able to find that spinner, is hoping that it's going to show up either in
Somewhere.
Desert or Arbiters, which unfortunately for them, it will not.
Actually, Phantom could complete the Arbiter's grounds, I'm thinking right now. If he,
guess-
if they really want to.
Swordless?
Yeah, Ball and Chain
You can.
deals
Oh yeah.
bad
Okay.
damage to Stella. It's not very
You
strong.
can do it real
It takes a
slow.
bit.
Yeah.
It takes a bit.
Now, remind me, there's that second claw shot for Norxium as well. Will be interesting to see if he runs to Star 2 then. Remind me though, can you defeat Death Sword without a sword?
yes, you definitely can.
You can, okay. Because yeah, that's going to be an important check.
You can do it with ball and chain as well, though. I need to think, can ball defeat Desert? Possibly. I mean, Phantom does have the ball and chain, so yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how many cycles that are with the ball and chain. I don't remember. I mean, I'm someone who defeated Stardout only with Spinner, so that was a pain.
It's pretty rough. Luckily,
it's rough that it is possible.
yeah,
It
yeah.
right.
I almost wish it just. What if that just wasn't an option? Make everybody's lives a bit easier. Luckily for everybody other than Phantom, we are on to Ordon Sword at this point, so not doing stick damage anymore at the very least.
Right, Phantom can't AJ because they don't have a sword. I forgot. Oh no.
Oh dear. I mean, that just makes it a waiting game for them. I guess it's, yeah, what are you gonna do?
It still might be that there is a sword in Arbiter, so yeah, maybe. Just maybe there's a chance.
It's certainly a possibility. What did we just see there? I saw something out of the corner of my eye. I'm not sure.
There's the second claw for Phantom. So if they remember all the hints correctly, then they should know that they should just rush to Arbiters. Because only swords. Oh wait, 3 swords are hinted and 1 sword can be anywhere. Oh god! Maybe not. Maybe they won't, yeah. There's so much you gotta take into consideration.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's all. I keep looking for an out for Phantom here, out of the Fairfield Grotto issue, but I just don't know if we're finding it. Yeah. Gonna see the fun ball and chain gate skip here, where you just kind of, yeah. I had only ever watched people do this, like this, and the other day I was like, don't people just walk through here? And you kind of just walk into it, and it just sort of works. Like,
it needs some practice, but yeah, it works.
Yeah,
I
just mashed A, and it just kind of happened eventually. I was like, all right, great. You know, I'm sure there's more efficient ways to do it, but yeah, you can kind of just try it.
Yeah, it's looking like it, dependent on where the swords are and where if Noxim and Nosli decide to go to Grove after Arbiters. For a section, which they probably won't do.
No, and considering they got that second claw shot combined with the hint about Star 2, they're probably going to go do Star Game, which will get them the ball and chain, which will lead them towards the second Dominion Rod, which might lead them towards doing a bunch of Dominion Rod checks for nothing. So,
They will also get both fishing rods by defeating Death Sword, which they can do before Spinner, and yeah,
They
also
might-
Statu. So they might just
They might run
rush
around
to,
Snow Peak first.
Snow Peak.
Yeah. Yeah, that, you know, even without the sword, that spinner is really, really huge for Phantom right now.
That is right, yeah.
Which, swordless to victory would be incredible. I'd love to see it. Yeah, second Dominion Rod was for that bomb bag that they all did out of logic, but the question is, are they gonna want to go check all those other Dominion Rod checks? Because yeah, I'm not exactly sure if that hint suggests that the, you know, being like, oh, second Dominion Rod is required, if that necessarily means that it's only, there's only one thing locked behind it. There's still, you know, it could be that there's two.
Yeah, we know that Spinner isn't behind the Dominion Rod checks, but that doesn't mean they don't know. They know, yeah. So that is one possible thing they might do after Snow Peak, I'd imagine. Yeah, the Arbiters is so big, there's so much stuff in this dungeon.
Yeah, it's also a deceptively linear dungeon. You know, I think you can kind of pick what order you want to do things in, but it's not really, doesn't really change anything in the end. Sort of split off into first loop, second loop. Have we seen the hint sign yet up on the stairs there?
I don't know. I thought it is after our poll room. Or is it like up to the stairs? I mean, there's obviously something behind it to continue because of the fishing rod. So the hint sign will probably say you need to continue.
Yeah, because of Death Sword. Gotcha. Yeah, nobody may check it then. Well, they might, but if we've already got a sword hint from Lakebed, and we already know that Death Sword's something, I don't know if there's anything, any revelations that can be on that sign for them.
Okay, let's see if Nosley checks the sign. What does it say?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, something good. Yeah.
Oh, that sign says Fair and Field Sword, though.
That's for Nosley.
Right, but when Phantom gets there,
yeah, wait.
That might send them in the right direction. So actually, yeah, Phantom is way more.
Insane.
Yeah. Oh, that's gonna be so huge for them. Correct to say here though that Phantom has lost Uku. Since they weren't able to beat Lakebed and have now entered Arbiters. So, gonna have to do the slow re-entry. Yeah, unfortunately, when you use Uku to leave a dungeon, you're able to warp back to the place you left from unless you go into another dungeon and then your Uku is pickpocketed by.
No, that's
by the
only
game.
if you get the other Uku. You still, they
If you get
still
the
have.
new Uku?
Yeah, only if they get the new Uku. Currently,
Oh,
Phantom
okay.
still has the Lakebed Uku.
Oh, okay. Did it used to be that way, or is this like the Mandela effect and I'm just...
That's just always how it has been.
Oh, okay. Beating Arbiters will remove it as well. Okay. Well, it'll be interesting to see if
That
they
I'm
do that.
not sure. That could actually be some flag stuff, something.
Once again, seeing everyone in the same dungeon at the same time. Not all in the same situation for sure, but yeah.
Just such a big dungeon.
Yeah. One of my favorites, personally, though. Except for the Redeads. I don't like those guys. But yeah, it'll definitely be fun to see Snow Peak in the late game, because they have so much at their disposal now. That's one of the more just open dungeons in general. There's a lot of different ways you can approach it and route it. You know, some dungeons are a little more linear, a little more on rails, and then Snow Peak is kind of the most just, you know, you choose your own adventure as far as that goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it'll be fun for them to be able to do that with just all this gear to kind of, you know, mess around with, so.
Did anybody find the boss key yet?
I want to say I saw it, but I'm not...
Yes? Okay.
Yeah. I don't remember exactly where it was, though.
Jim did? Okay. At least.
Oh, I can actually see on, his overlay.
Ah, that makes sense.
Yeah, we get to see extra things.
Before. Oh, there. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Cool. Thought Odon Sword does it deal more damage. I guess Nozly doesn't know the quick strat for Death Sword.
Yeah, Death Sword's an interesting case. Weirdly enough, you can essentially stun lock Death Sword if you get the timing right. You just never complete a combo with Death Sword, because is that kind of how it... Whoa.
What?
The reload?
Okay, buy Death Sword!
Okay.
What was that?
Wait.
Okay, someone needs to clip that. I didn't look at
Yeah.
what was going on. Death Sword should be in the attacking phase, but I mean, I've seen it happening when canceling the attack, but was Nosly canceling the attack? Probably. That's the only way I know that this can happen. But well, getting Death Sword Ascent, that's unfortunate. Yeah, Nosley leaving without rod is interesting. What?
Yeah, I mean, at this point, probably just like, I need spinner anyway, so let's just, you know. That being said, I don't think there's really anything to suggest that it's not in Arbiter's form, so yeah. Norxium getting that ball and chain and about to get that second fishing rod. That's kind of what we were talking about before. It's going to be interesting to see what his choices as far as all of those Dominion Rod checks go and the Ice Block Puzzle Cave.
Yeah, that's right. Spinner might be in Snowpeak in their eyes, so... I mean, that's what I was expecting, do AG and then just... I mean, as far as you can go and then do Snowpeak, because you can get all the fishing routes. But well, I guess Nosley had Death Sword Ascent. Sad.
Funny how that's all shaked out. Norxium checking off go mode. And I'm like, what does he know about Spinner that we don't?
I mean, they are going now for the Dominion Rod. Oh, they probably... Oh, they think go mode because they probably think the Dominion Rod hint. They are still thinking
that's
about
what
it,
the hint was.
and they are
Yeah.
thinking that this is 100% on the path to Spinner. God dang it!
That's unfortunate.
It is
Yeah,
not.
it's that out of logic bomb bag that was.
Yeah, it is hard
well.
to think when it is that it was out of logic and nothing else is required with the Dominion Rod, essentially.
Yeah.
That's hard to figure out.
Yeah. He'll be confused. Yeah, kind of coming back to what was mentioned earlier though, right? I was like, you know, Jim being the only one who didn't do that out of logic bomb bag. It's like, well, he's losing time by checking all that Dominion Rod stuff now, but there's a good chance that everybody else just does it later. And that's kind of what we're seeing now.
Yeah, everyone except for Phantom, probably.
Yeah, which is really, even without a single sword to their name. Which they are past the halfway point here. I'm assuming that means they saw that hint about the sword.
Okay, doing reverse arbiters.
Yeah.
Love that. That's an... Okay.
There you go.
Come
Got
on.
it. Yeah.
Let's go. Yeah, that's a nice strat to get all those chats quickly on the way to Death Sword. Like, we are doing this section in reverse. Yeah, because there are no other chests that would be now on the way to Death Sword, so going reverse is faster here, which is a smart move.
Yeah, it also lets you get a lot of checks just right away at the start of the kind of circuit instead of the end, because this room has so many checks in it. So doing it first, chances are you'll find what you're looking for.
Oh,
Another bomb bag.
Hello! Yeah, that could be a sword here. That is actually right. I'm not sure if we have seen those chests.
Yeah, want to say that they're the first one over in this end. Being the only one with spinner, kind of, you know, everybody else sort of has a reason to bail.
And now Phantom's time for Death Sword. Hopefully not getting Death Sword Ascent. Yep, that is 2 swords and Snow Peak.
Yeah.
So we are actually not done thinking. This seed is kinda long. But probably
Yeah.
because of the lantern in the beginning, right?
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, the other thing is that could mean that it comes down to Snow Peak routing, because again, that's one where you have a little bit more choice over kind of what you do first. And you know, if people end up in Snow Peak at the same time and all they're looking for is, you know, sword and big key, how they kind of tackle Snow Peak might determine who's ahead.
Okay.
Unless Nosley or Phantom grabs the sword right away. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, Phantom is probably just not sure if you can defeat Stellar without it. Probably just doesn't want to try.
No, and also based on... Oh no, but they're checking there. I wasn't watching their corner when they went up. I don't know if anybody's seen if Phantom got that hint.
Yeah, Jim also getting the Uku for Abados grunts now. Makes sense because he won't be getting Spinner here.
Oh, Nosley warping to Sacred Grove.
Oh?
Yeah?
This might be progress.
Huge. So huge.
We still need
yes.
to remember Phantom
right way.
needs to do Morpheus still.
That's true. Yep. Kind of forgot about that. It's been so long since we've been in Lake Bed. All right. Hopefully, this Death Sword fight goes a little bit more smoothly this time around for Jim.
And doing ball and chain.
Ball
yeah,
and chaining it.
Nox seems to for going for all the Dominion Word checks. I don't know how many he went for already, but yeah. We know it's not this buddy.
Yeah. Nosley likely to be go mode here.
That is right, yeah. I mean, Master Sword.
Yeah. Yeah, but assuming that we're all working with the same information, I think he'll know where everything else that he needs is. This here was the only thing that was
just go back to the dungeons immediately. Go back to our AG immediately. I'm actually surprised Nosley went for this. And not either the Dominion Rod path or... well, he was disabled from getting to Snow Peak because he didn't get the fishing rod from Death Sword, so...
That is true.
So that might actually have been a benefit for Nosley. that he accidentally got that and then just changed his mind in the path.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
so
also he has
Phantoms...
to finish first, that's right.
Yeah, Phantoms finally got their stick. Here's the thing. They still need to beat Lakebed, which isn't the worst. But...
Wait, why did they warp there? Oh no, please don't say they're getting the Dominion Rod, please!
Oh no!
Okay. Okay, no.
Well... The only... I don't
Stars 2,
think
Stars
they
2.
have... Yeah, but they need Star 1 as well, for that.
They
sorry, yeah,
Star
Star 2 for the fishing rod, yeah. So they have good reason to be here.
That makes sense. I completely forgot about that, yeah. And Noxim now going for his last Dominion Rod checks and then realizing that he's not in go mode.
Yeah, that's rough. You kind of just gotta let it happen, but yeah, he's getting to the end of his options here, so that realization's gonna sting a bit. Yeah, I mean that was huge for Nosley just locking in on that spinner check and not doing the owl statue misadventure.
And that's a hard container. Yeah, Noxim doesn't know what to do. He is confused.
Ready?
And
Yeah, hit the button!
Do it! Hit the button! Okay, we are going to get the spinner. Let's go.
Okay, we're good. Oh my gosh. He held on, like thinking about it. Like, what do I do? Oh my gosh.
Oh wait, he's thinking about the Minion Rod check in the past. So come on!
Hopefully.
Please remember about the
he's like,
spinner,
I'm right here. It would be most efficient for me to grab that lantern check.
Yeah, exactly.
Because this is the last one. He's gonna realize that this wasn't what it was, and hopefully won't just warp away. Confused.
Yeah,
probably.
yeah, obviously confused. Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Makes sense.
Okay,
He went out of
don't
logic
warp.
for the bombs. It is so bad.
Okay, not warping. Love it. We love to see it.
Okay. That is. Don't warp. Don't warp.
No.
Get the checks.
No.
Get the checks.
Impossible. Yeah, it's impossible. No.
Please, no.
No. Oh.
Hey. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's go. Yeah.
Okay, come on.
Oh my gosh, the emotional roller coaster that he is putting us through right now. Don't abandon the lantern check. It's still not over. I hope he'll probably just clear it out at this point if he's staying, but hard to say.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the second sword face reaction. Oh wait, I need to see that for Phantom. That is so right.
Oh, I'm so ready. Yeah.
Jim doing fishing now and going to Snow Peak before Spinner makes sense. That was the other way we thought of where Spinner could probably be in their eyes.
Yeah,
Come on,
Nosley definitely pulling into the lead here, having just, you know, honed in on that spinner. Norxium definitely going the right way. Yes, lantern. Love it. Great.
But I need to say, those hints were really just disgusting to understand. Like, this is a hard seed. So
I
thanks
mean,
for rolling that seed.
There's the spinner. That sword bottleneck. You know, you had to get the grotto there. Because they're really, like, logically, there was no way around that. No backup swords to be found. And then that spinner just being, you know, truly feeling very random where that was put, not somewhere that you're gonna, you know, just kind of stumble upon. All right. Phantom's about to find out where that sword was.
Yep. Think they already saw it and
Oh yeah, the explosion. I was watching Nosley struggle with the spinner rails here. I never know. I never know when to start. Also, I think just straight up save warping instead of dealing with that. I can appreciate it. He said fantastic.
yeah. That's yeah. That's just a yeah. Sure.
Looks like Jim been kind of wrapped up watching the left side of the screen here. Looks like Jim seems to be thinking that Spinner might be in Snow Peak. Which does make a lot of sense from his perspective here. You know, honestly, Nosley, like, finding that as quickly as he did was pretty huge. Norxium also, you know, had the Dominion Rod issue there, but wasn't too bad.
Who's
also was able
right
to
now?
recover, because that's, you know, can really mess you up when you think you're good to go, and then all of a sudden you have to like look back and go, oh my gosh, what did I miss?
Yeah, so in the terms of who's winning right now, currently Nosley is ahead. Noxium is pretty much behind, just needing to get the Death Sword fishing rod, and well, still needs to full clear because we hinted that the other two swords that are still missing, we need one more for go mode, is in a dungeon. And this will be in Snow Peak runes. Yeah.
Oh yeah, happy 2 hours, everybody. Just to check in case you joined a little bit later. I mean, just to introduce us, I'm Pixie. This is Spicy with me here on commentary, and we have Shanann and Isaac running the trackers. Shanann also running the restream for us today. So huge thank you and shout outs to them. I mean, Spicy, as you were just saying, kind of what the standings are looking like now. We are definitely in go mode for a couple of people here. But yeah.
So the information that is currently given is, we know that there's probably, no, not probably, there has to be a sword in Snow Peak, or possibly even, oh no, wait, Hyrule Castle is Baron in the setting. Sorry, my bad. Anyways, there's a sword in Snow Peak.
Yeah, Hyrule Castle.
Yeah.
Hyrule Castle being barren is actually kind of a sort of a new thing in a weird way. Hyrule Castle was often in race settings excluded in the sense that once you had everything, you didn't have to go looking around in Hyrule Castle. The keys were all kind of forced into a couple of checks. But with 1.2, you can actually start with individual dungeon keys. So they've changed it now where you just start with all the Hyrule Castle keys. Because before, the only way to do that was to be on Keysy, which would mean that you had all of the keys for all of the dungeons from the start, which isn't really what we want. You know, we still want those to be items that people are looking for. Oh, also, we've got found the sword on Yetta there. So that's a very, very
nice.
early check. Yeah, that makes Snow Peak a lot easier. Unfortunately for Jim, he's still looking for the spinner, so he's probably going to be a lot more thorough. But for some of our other players here, getting that sword, they're really just going to be looking for the big key.
Yeah,
so it'll be interesting
this will
to see where
probably
that
be
goes.
the deciding factor between Nosley and Noxim. Fast Snow Peak for everyone but Jim. That is right.
Yeah.
Jim is going to look through every single check in this. Small keys are kinda useless in this dungeon. You can go anywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, some tricks are banned in this dungeon, explicit for races like the ladder freezer skip or ice clip, so I guess small keys do have some uses.
Yeah, there's that one door in in the courtyard where its only purpose seems to be to just burn a key. Just make it evaporate into thin air. Jim finding the cheese.
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 Oh yes, Nozzy still needs to get the second fishing reward from Stars.
Interesting. Yeah, that'll slow him down a little.
Wait, Nozzy also doesn't have the bone chain yet. Oh, that is
Oh
just
gosh.
going into the card.
Yeah. I mean,
completely
the good
forgot.
news is he'll have to he'll go to get the fishing rod at some point. And just kind
with
of
that, just get the bone chain. Probably go for the
Yeah.
fishing rod immediately.
You would hope so.
I mean, the fishing rod is
hopefully-
needed to continue, and where the bone chain could very
Yeah.
well be in Snow Peak as well. I don't know. Or like behind
Yeah,
the fishing rod check.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Because yeah, from his perspective, I guess technically has no idea where it is. And he's in go mode and he doesn't know it. Like,
It is also confusing with the logic because there is still a Dominion rod in Ice Puzzle King. Which is apparently required. But well, yeah, not immediately going to Stars now, so.
Oh, we do have a first place finish in Karambu finished with a 2:05.57.
Yeah, we can talk about other races right now. So in the current race, we are obviously not having those 4 people, they are not the only people who are trying to qualify. In this race, there have been 29 total participants, 2 of which have sadly DNF'd close to the start of the race. We don't know why yet. Comments are hidden until the race finished. And well, we have our first finisher.
Cool. GG's to Karambu.
GG's.
And yeah, I mean, considering this seed has been not the worst, like we've definitely seen worse, but somewhere in the middle, there were some really tough parts about it. Yeah, finishing that close to 2 hours is really, really great for a seed with this kind of, quirks to it.
Yeah, this seed was brutal, mostly because of the hints, I guess. The hints were stupid, and yeah, you really need to understand what goes. Finding the spinner, you needed to be lucky. You needed to find the sword somehow.
Yeah, because the lantern was also, I mean, not a red herring, but you get the Zora armor behind that. So, checking
Oh yeah, the
all of
lantern
those
as
missed
well.
checks.
Yeah, getting the lantern very early.
Yeah, I mean, well, finding it in the first place.
All of those 4 players went to Aldenfield as their very last checks.
Yeah,
they
they
very
tried
last. That's
every
insane.
other Sphere 0 first.
Or even Sphere 1. It was their last possible checks they could even do. It was insane.
Yeah.
I didn't see where was the Bicky in SnowPeak.
Yeah, not gonna lie, I missed that too. Maybe somebody in chat saw. Go mode for Nosley, a real go mode this time. Not that we had a bit of a fake out with Norxium for a second, who recovered from that very well. That's something that can really throw you when you think you know what's going on, and then it's all of a sudden it's never mind. It could be literally anywhere. The fact that he was faced with that reality and immediately went to the right place was huge. Yes, we found a sword on Yetta, actually. The mansion map check was the master sword. So that's going to make that big key pretty important, seeing between Nosley and Norxium who finds that first. And seeing here that it was behind statue in the entry hall. Okay. So, actually, not really at all then. This will be a very, very quick snow peek. Yeah, so yeah, that must have been why we missed it. He must have literally grabbed it like first check. Because yeah, I don't think I was watching over there until he grabbed the sword with Yetta, so so yeah, this is gonna be a very, very quick snow peek for the two of them. Also getting our first eyes of Yeto. Hello, Yeto. We're all looking.
Look into the reflection of Yeto eyes.
Mm.
Who need mirror?
That's where true beauty is. Which I get that he's saying it's her reflection, but It kind of sounds like he's just complimenting his own eyes. He's like, aren't they great? And you know what? He's right.
All right. So growth,
yeah, here's the question: what does he do? Because you might have a little bit better insight than I do on exactly how the kind of bracketing and all this is going to work as we kind of get through qualifiers and everything. But it's not all about who just gets first place here. How you're placing is, you know, still relevant. So it's not over when somebody finishes. Speaking of which, Valky also has come in with a finishing time here of 2:13:29. So GG's to Valky. Oh, Jim going for the very fun wolf
Super
long jump to the keys. Yeah. How hard is that one to execute?
Going the wrong way. Does it work? Okay, it does. I was confused. Okay. Does this AJ, does he know how to do it? Okay. That is a hard AJ. Very nice to see.
Spinner was found in the Sacred Grove Lantern Chest, or rather the Lost Woods Lantern Chest, I guess. Yeah, which Phantom had super early. Unfortunately did not have the sword from the Farrenfield Grotto. And everybody else definitely, you know, was kind of struggling to figure out where that was. Nosley luckily didn't run around all too much. I mean, at the end of the day, Nosley not doing any of those Dominion Rod checks was huge.
Jim getting the light sword. That spot is garbage. Yeah, so Jim now, he can go everywhere. So
yeah,
it will be a matter of time when he goes to that specific check.
Yeah, he's staring at a map with a lot of options on it. And nothing to really push him in really any type of direction. He might have already checked the owl statue from the past in Sacred Grove there near the start. I'm not sure, it was a while ago, but he might have already done that. So there might be even less reason for him to try Grove. So we'll see how long it takes him to find his way over there.
Yeah, doing a quick AJ to get this double closure chest.
Yeah, there's a few different ways to grab that one. You can just wolf it, right? But it's pretty precise, is my understanding.
There's a setup for it, so it's alright. Just takes a bit. That is a Grove teleport, okay.
Okay.
We might see Jim getting the spinner now pretty soon. He's probably gonna go for this grotto first, and then... yeah.
Looks like Beast coming in with a 2:16:55 for third place.
GG's.
GG's. Yeah, once again, 29 competitors for today.
This
so
is a lot.
So many people. I know. I was like, watching everybody kind of log in at the start, and I was like, oh wow, all right.
Like for a game of Twilight Princess, I remember the biggest race we had recently was the seeding race in the Wolf Dash Any Percent tournament, which had 18 people, and this is 29.
Yeah.
This is insanity.
Yeah. And I have to say, I mean, playing with hints in the equation has been really fun because it's made things really fresh. There's been a lot to learn. There's been a lot of ways that that's affected routing. So in that sense, you know, even as somebody who's like not competing, just playing these settings with the hints, with everything that's going on is a really, really good time. So I get why people are excited to be competing here. Also, Jim's got that spinner finally, so that would be go mode.
So welcome Raiders, welcome Bees, GG's. Yeah, so in this race there all the participants here had some issues with some stuff. Of course also regarding the hint system, but mostly was determined by the lantern. They got it pretty late, every single one of them, and like on the last Sphere Zero checks. Spinner was a problem for some of them because it was just on some random spot. Also, the minion rod hint was pretty bad for some people, like misleading. That the hint wasn't actually mentioning that the bomb bag was the requirement for the second Dominion rod instead of like anything else, which confused Noxium very much.
Yeah, unfortunately, we were seeing a lot of unnecessary double Dominion rod checks, which Nosley I think was the one person who managed to avoid that. Phantom Nosley and Norxium all did bomb bag out of logic for that owl statue chest.
Yeah, Jim got it in logic.
Yeah, so they all had a head start into Lakebed, but Norxium at the very least did end up still going back to check all of those owl statues in search of Spinner. Phantom found Spinner
but
way
didn't
earlier, but didn't have a sword. So,
needing to go away from Lakebed because there wasn't a sword to kill Morpheal. That was absolutely stupid. Also, Nosley got Death Sword Ascent, which was also funny and was leading him into the right direction. Luckily.
Yeah, I mean, ended up like still certifiably in the lead here. So, you know, improvise, adapt, overcome. What are you gonna do?
Exactly. I still just want to say those hints were disgusting. Like,
Regia, 4th place now, with a 2:21.17.
Like, we had path hints, right? We had the Ordon to Stellar. Ordon is on the path to Stellar hint. In Ordon there was the claw shot. The claw shot was for... Oh god, I forgot everything already.
It's the Always Sunny meme with like the red string on the wall and he's like losing his mind. Like that's how the path hints felt today.
Oh yeah, right. Claw shot was to get the ball and chain. Ball and chain was to get the second Dominion rod. The second Dominion rod was to get the bomb bag. The bomb bag was to get into Lakebed because you then have everything, and with that you can get the memo, which was on the path to Stellar. This was just disgusting. Like, come on. Why? Oh,
but yeah,
well.
GG's to everybody who is coming in after a top 4 victory so far.
yeah, Ryuja finishing with a time of 2:21:17. GG's to them as well.
GG's. Yeah. Well, it'll be interesting to hear everybody's thought process
On the
afterwards.
unhinted Dominion Rod raid. It was that. I don't remember.
I want to say Forest Temple, North Deku-like chest. That's
Forest Temple?
no. Oh no, it was Tektite Grotto.
Oh, Tektite Grotto. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
right. It was in South Casseton. That is right.
I don't know why I'm remembering. I don't know why I said Forest Temple. It's not even required. I don't know why that jumped out into my head. Yeah. I like caught myself there. I was like, what? Where did I get that? You know what? Honestly, it was probably from a race yesterday that I was watching. Somebody practice that was something. It was like still in the back of my head for some reason.
And no, he did do a Dominion Rod check, but well, you can't just get it out of logic, so that's how you get the bomb back. Which was then just in the favor of Karambu.
Yeah, which, I mean, the best possible way through this was to do that out of logic bomb bag, and then...
But then also to understand that you go, that this was the only requirement for the Dominion Rod.
Yeah, to not go and check all the other Dominion Rod stuff, and I think Nosley... Phantom may have not done the other Dominion Rod checks either. They just had different issues going on with the swords. But
yeah.
Nosley, all of the stars kind of aligned for not doing those extra checks unnecessarily. And also finding Spinner somewhat quickly when it was time for that. So didn't run around too much, you know.
Yeah, the ball and chain was just for that freaking bomb bag to get into Lakebed, because that was the only way to get into Lakebed. There was no other bomb bag you can get with the Dominion Rod. That was the only thing what it was required for. That the hint said that the Dominion Rod in Ice Puzzle Cave is required, that was so misleading. So I guess you were actually lucky of not finding the Dominion Rod there. Yeah, that logic was horrible. I mean, like we said, also the hint logic of that was like complete garbage. So yeah, we had fun commentating a bad seed.
Yeah. Oh, I'm looking for. I hope we get Norxium in for a interview afterwards, because I gotta know what was going through his head with the false go mode situation that happened.
Oh yeah. Just thinking, oh right, I got the
Like,
Dominion Rod.
no.
Go mode. I'm just doing everything in Dominion Rod check because I know there has to be something.
Yeah.
It isn't go mode. There has to be the spinner.
Yeah.
It isn't go mode. Though.
Almost didn't go to Grove. Almost left Grove prematurely. That was just, yeah.
Oh man.
But yeah, the hints were there was a path there that made sense after the fact. You know, very much was testing people on you know, how good you are at like reading through that, because it's it can get pretty complicated, and that's kind of one of the skills that people have been really training is understanding how that system works under the hood and being able to sort of read through the lines. Read between the lines on what hints are doing. That was definitely not the clearest. With all of that, kind of sends you on a bit of a misadventure for sure.
Yeah, so far Jim is on the second in terms of the lead currently.
Yeah,
And,
very much scraping his way back up through that.
Yeah, since he also has done speedruns of this game, Noxium will probably not be able to catch up to Jim.
Yeah,
that was some riot routes. That was insane.
Yeah, for them to all be in Hyrule Castle at the same time is actually wild, because we've got Phantom, who didn't have a sword for like most of that, also now entering Hyrule. Yeah, really, really good stuff. I mean, and this is kind of a fun part too to, you know, there's different skills at play when you're talking about rando. And when we get to this final Hyrule Castle part, though, because they start with all of the keys, it is pure speed strats at this point. It's how fast can you get through this. There's no more routing. There's no more, you know, looking around for stuff. We're just fully seeing how quickly everybody can complete this last little leg of the game.
What a seat. Yeah, that's something good we can say. I'm also gonna be very excited to see many more people finish, because we are still only on 4 players having finished of the 29. So we'll probably see some more.
Oh, speaking of which, Floosh with a 2:29.25.
I expected to see something very quickly. GG's
to Unknown Pigeon as well with a 2:29.36. That was close between
that
between
was
the two
close,
of them.
yeah, 11 seconds.
GG's to both of them.
Both. God, what a seed.
Nosley here, first one entering the first phase of the final fight here. Luckily, Zelda RNG is fixed, so she's going to be 7 cycles every time.
At least that.
Yes, if you don't mess her up somehow. Interesting looking at how many hearts everybody has going into this. I find that that's usually a decent metric for kind of how much stuff you sort of checked in general. Phantom and Nosley both still just on that first row, and then we've got Jim and Norxium with a bit into the second. Yeah, kind of. Because I believe heart pieces and heart containers, even though they're not actually super helpful.
And Nephista's finishing at 7th with 2:30.50.
Oh,
and Skystorm finishing with 2:30.50, 7 at 8th place. 9th place finishing Rafa with a time of 2:31.09. GG's to all of them.
Yeah, GG's to everyone. Oh my god, those are just... That was boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, there are a lot of finishes right now.
Yeah.
A lot of people are finishing right now.
And again, for reference, this is out of 29 competitors today, so... A lot of times to come in.
Insanity. Yeah, there are still 18 people remaining of finishing this. 4 of them we are seeing right here. They are all on the way. 2 are even on the faces of Ganon already.
Yeah, based on everybody kind of entering the end game here at the same time, probably get to see what everybody has to say about it in a moment. That'll be interesting.
Drinking the rare boot true jelly during horseback. That's actually smart. Nice.
Yeah, sure.
I didn't know about that actually. That's cool.
Jim and Norxium both in the Zelda phase at the same time, but Jim's a little bit ahead on that. But yeah, wow, it really great to see everybody kind of, you know, so neck and neck like this. Considering how differently it happened for everyone. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what we were saying too, like earlier, it was like, you know, it feels like one person's winning or somebody else is, but you get around to the end and it's you know, sometimes all roads lead to home, and you end up getting four boss fights at the same time. Gonna be coming up on time here for Nosley.
Come on, get in the order.
You can do it. You can do it. Almost. Probably one more there. Yep.
Okay, nice.
And time for Nosley.
10th place, not bad.
GG's, yeah.
GG's. Nosley is in the rating room. We have another forfeit.
Oh, another forfeit?
Yes.
Interesting.
Probably,
yeah, let me just check
like,
after
seeing everyone finishing.
How that affects placement and all this. I think it's I believe it was your top top 3 out of 5, so you can do up to 5 different qualifiers, and your 3 best ones I think are what counts. So, you know, you have room I think for 1 or 2 to not pan out. But yeah, we'll be curious to get Nosley's thoughts on all of this.
Yeah, and Gymnast has finished at the 11th place. GG's to him as well.
GG's. Hello, hello.
Hello, Nosley.
Hello. How's it going?
Pretty good. How are you?
Oh,
How are
yeah.
you feeling about that?
The seed?
Yeah.
I got soft luck and I played bad.
Yeah, the Death Sword fiasco was
Death Sword Ascent, yeah.
that was rough. Yeah. You were ahead for us here out of these 4 for most of it. Yeah. I think that spinner play was what kind of put you ahead of everyone here. You didn't have to go check all those other Dominion Rod checks, which saved a lot of time, but yeah.
Oh, I never found the other Dominion Rod.
Yeah, I at least Jim and Norxium, I think, both got that second Dominion Rod. Speaking of
Yes.
which, that's a 12th place for Norxium with a 236.56.
GG as well.
GG's.
Yeah, so
this
seed was garbage.
Yeah.
Why was Dominion Rod labeled as required?
It was required because of the bomb bag you got out of logic. The bomb bag was on the Bridge of
Oh.
Elden. You got that out of logic, and that was the only way
Okay.
to enter Lakebed Temple.
I wasn't
Yeah.
thinking about it at that point.
Yeah,
That's
this
kind of what we were
screwed
thinking,
up
I think,
so
yeah.
many people.
Yeah,
Like,
you were saying, like, he probably doesn't know.
Noxium especially, after he got the second Dominion Rod, he just went immediately, goes through every check. He thought it was go mode because the spinner was behind the Dominion Rod. He did everything and was confused. Obviously, why would you think of the one bomb bag being the requirement to entering Lakebed? That this is the hint for it. There are 29 runners in total.
Yeah.
So many. Also, Phantom coming in 13th here with a 238.18.
That's a tight finish
So-
right there.
Yeah. GG's
That
to
was
them.
a tight finish. I mean, all four of you finished neck and neck, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
And
wild.
11th,
'Cause
12th, and 13th.
the pathing was so different too. It was one of those you'd all break off and then you'd meet up in a dungeon. Then you'd all break off, then you'd meet up in a dungeon. But yeah. Yeah, that spinner ended up being like
Bad.
a bit of a problem because it was, you know, Phantom had it pretty
Phantom had
early.
it immediately, yeah, but didn't
Yeah.
have a sword to defeat Morpheal.
Yeah, and then everybody else just had no idea. Also, Norxia going over back to the hint signs now.
Oh, just to check
Just
with
checking
the
them all. Yeah,
Dominion Rod?
yeah.
Yeah, obviously
Like, what
that
did that
makes sense.
mean? Yeah.
What
No, I
does
think
the Dominion Rod check
Yeah.
hint mean?
What does
you were saying though, you were like, they probably don't even remember that they did that out of logic. So I think that's why Norxium was running around, like going and doing all the Dominion Rod checks.
Yeah, Jim is the only one who did it in logic. Which cost a bunch of time to him,
Yeah.
but well, at least
Yeah.
he knew that this was the requirement. But well, he
There's
still did every
Norxium.
Dominion Rod
I
check.
can't like hear him or see him, but I can see him staring at that hint. You're so confused.
Well, that's some bullshit, eh?
Yeah, I could just feel it through the screen.
I guess
Yeah, it
makes
looks like we're
sense
gonna
now
have
that I think
Phantom in
about
here in a second.
Sure.
it, since, I
Yeah.
think both Arbiters was bomb locked as well as Lakebed's always
yeah.
bomb locked, and I think bombs was in Lakebed too.
Yeah, I think
yeah,
it was
there was
all.
a bomb bag in Lakebed and in Arbidos as well, yeah. And the memo was well in Lakebed, so yeah. Hello, Phantom.
yeah.
GG's.
GG's. I assume most people found a first sword before I did.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, but other people did not find the spinner before you did. So
That is right.
that's part of
Okay.
why you guys ended
Most
actually
people-
pretty neck and neck here.
Most people thought the spinner was behind the second Dominion Rod.
Really? Okay. Because I never got the second Dominion Rod.
Yeah,
That
there was a
saved
hint
you a
sign.
ton
There
of
was
time.
a hint
Yeah.
sign that the Dominion Rod in the Ice Puzzle Cave is required. The first one was, by the way, in the Tactite Grotto in South Castle Town.
Yeah, I got that one. I assumed pretty quickly that the bomb bag I got was the required item and just decided not to get the other stuff.
Yeah, that was
Noxium
absolutely
didn't.
the right call. Yeah. No,
Ah, you
Norxium
stopped,
staring.
no-
It's actually still staring at that hint side. He just left now,
Noxium
but
stopped for
he
me right now.
went back. Seems very, very displeased with that.
Oh, and just closing stream. Yep, I guess he's pissed.
Fair
Obviously.
enough.
Fair. Oh man. What a race.
Yeah, good stuff. All around.
I,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, one hint I still want to talk about that we got, that was Ordon on the path to Stellard, which was also just a disgusting hint. In Ordon, you found the claw shot. For that, you find the ball and chain. For that, you find the second Dominion rod. For that, you find the bomb bag. And for that, you find the memo in Lake Bed Temple, which was on the path to Stellard. This is just disgusting, like, God.
Yeah, I was pretty happy when I found both ball and chain and the last fishing rod in the same spot.
Yeah, it was good. 'Cause it's also a point where, you know, you're kind of wondering where do you go at that point. So, I mean, luckily having that fishing rod hint kind of walks you into the ball and chain, which is nice. So, kind of helped not having to like meander around looking for that.
Yeah, I was about to go to linear field at the time, and I was like, oh, I'm just gonna do Star One because I have to do this anyway. And then from there, it's like, okay, this puts Dominion Rod in logic. I assume my bombs are the Dominion Rod item. I'm just gonna go to Lake Bed.
Yeah.
That was a smart call, yeah. It
Yeah.
was just unfortunate that you didn't have the sword at that time.
Yeah, because I didn't want to go to Fair and Field. I wanted to, and then I saw the 3 dungeon swords hint, and just never wanted to do Overworld again.
Yep, that makes sense.
Yeah,
Okay.
this is a pretty good Snow Peak runes as well. Because the boss seat right there.
Oh, right there, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the kind of thing too where getting there, it was like, well, maybe Snow Peak is gonna kind of shake things up a little bit if everyone's sort of entering at the same time, like who's finding those swords and the big key first, but then that ended up being a total non-issue because they were like the first checks. So yeah, it was actually everyone was pretty much on rails at that point anyway.
Oh yeah, also light sword was on the bedroom key check.
Oh.
Yeah, I think Jim did all of that thinking that
He
Spinner was gonna be.
He did Snow Peak before finishing AG, yes.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Oh, well, indeed. Well, thank you guys
Hi.
for featuring. Hi, it's me,
Aye.
your friendly neighborhood restreamer, who rolled this beautiful seed for you guys. You're welcome. I told everyone in the volunteer team just before I started, I was like, I have this habit of rolling really, really terrible seeds for MMR. So when I was in the race room and I said I was rolling the seed and Sonaholic started screaming, I was like, yeah, he knows. So I'm sorry, but I'm really not sorry for that seed. So
I mean, it was good to commentate for, so.
yeah,
there were
sadly-
some good moments.
Oh yeah, it's always great moments for us, right? When things start going wrong, but for the runners, it's just no. For them, it's absolutely terrible, but for us, it's the best thing in the planet.
I do have a question. What causes Death Sword to just cease to exist? Because he just flew away.
Oh, if you spin attack him at the first possible frame when he attacks. Like when he is flying around the room, when you do a spin attack at the first possible frame, then he just does the Death Sword descent. Yay.
It just meant you were too good at the game, so don't feel bad about it.
It is a stupid thing. It happened to me also as well. I'm not exactly sure that it is caused by that, but that is how it happened to me, I feel like. And it was exactly like that for you. It is always weird when this happens, like, where's the sword?
Cool. So this was the first qualifier of 3 for this weekend. I guess if you include today as a weekend day. We have another qualifier on Saturday, and then we have another one on Sunday. And from what I can see, the top 24 players of the qualifiers will then go on to compete in the bracket stage. But there is also the partnership for the TPR randomizer with Randomizer Brazil for the RBR Dawn Challenge Cup. So it'll be for people who qualify 25th or later, meaning that they can still compete in a double elimination bracket, which is pretty nice. It's a good option for runners who don't necessarily make it into the main tournament. They still have an option to do a tournament anyway, so that's pretty cool. That's pretty nice. Do you guys have any last comments before we wrap up?
I mean, for anybody who was watching today and wants to check out the Twilight Princess Randomizer, if you haven't, if this was a new thing for you, I mean, I believe tprandomizer.com is just kind of the place to go. You can get a Discord link there, and all of that. Yeah, thank you again to our trackers, Shannon and Isaac, for keeping everything running while this was going on. Yeah. But yeah, okay, there we go. Link in chat. Yeah, so if you wanna come hang, that's the place to start.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Pretty cool people in the community. Lots of helpful people there. Even if you don't want to do the racing stuff and you just want to learn, it's a good place to go. So what we're gonna do now is I can't word. We are gonna raid into Zelda Speedruns 2, where my seed rolling curse has kind of bled into the Majora's Mask Randomizer Qualifier 15, which is currently going on. But thank you all for coming in. Our commentators today, Pixie and Spicy, thank you for the fantastic commentary. And of course, thank you to Isaac for helping with the tracking today. And of course our 4 lovely runners, because without them, you know, this restream would have been different people, but it wouldn't have been as fantastic of a first qualifier with the amount of shit that went on, honestly. So thank you to the 4 of you. Nosley, Gymnast, Phantom, and Noxy, I get English. Noxrium, sorry. Noxrium. There we go, I got it. I tried. Thank you guys.
Thank you for restreaming, Brett.
You're very welcome. I will be restreaming on Sunday, the TPR qualifier number 3. So if you're racing in that one, Godspeed to you there as well. But yes, that is it from us. Thank you guys. We will see you on Saturday for more TPR, and we're gonna send you over to Majora's Mask Randomizer now, where you can go watch their Seed Full Apart too. Thank you guys.
GG's to everyone again.
GG's.
Jesus.